What I found useful was so this is me adding on my bit now. Was as I was going through this process, was kind of like a dialectic, a Socratic interaction, where I would say, that's interesting. So apparently I'm a worthless piece of shit. And the inner critic goes, yeah, you're a maggot. And I go, that's... Have I always been worthless? Yeah. Oh, so I've never done anything good. Never done anything good. Yeah, that's right. And I could feel it shrink, not disappear, but shrink, like the certainty goes. And I would say, well, you're part of me. How is this useful? What do you think the inner critic said to that? When I turn around and I get my little philosophical hat on, and I say, how is it useful to tell me 24/7 that I'm a worthless piece of shit? What's the end goal here? Just clue me in so we're all on side, because you're a part of me. How is it useful to only ever have one message for me? What do you think the inner critic said? It said nothing. Because it can't answer that question. Because it's not even artificial intelligence, it's a recording. So it would be like me saying to a tape recorder, why do you play that same song over and over again? It doesn't have an answer for me. It doesn't speak. It can only deliver one message repetitively. And when I realized that, and I started using that Socratic method of questioning, of being like, okay, that's an interesting point of view you have. Where do you derive, what's the evidence for that? And where does that come from? At a certain point in that line of questioning, sometimes it would stop, but you could feel a hesitancy and a shrinking of the force. And it would kind of just get quieter. You're still a piece of shit. But it's over on the other side of it. You still suck. You're still a maggot. And it's like, well, no, come back. I'm ready to hear you, but what are you saying? What's your fundamental communication? And what is the agenda here? And that really helped, because I was pointing out to this part of me, you only ever say one thing. And that can't be true all the time, because that's dogma. Nothing is always true. Nothing is always true. There isn't a person alive who's purely just a useless, worthless maggot. They must have done one thing. So I'd be like, well, tell me the one thing I've done that's good. Nothing ever. I'm like, come on, you know, and I know that can't be right. So there's that methodology as well that I applied to it that I found useful as well.